not freaking shady. I'm gonna give you a round of applause for that. Can I do that?
Sure. Thank you. Thank you. I do it. I get up every morning and Daisy lives are my motivation. All right, every morning. It's what keeps me going, ladies and gentlemen. All right. No, hey, Daisy, are you drinking? Are you okay? That explains it. I mean, why is this chick being so nice to me? No, espérate, está peda. Tiene que estar,
Fidel, I'm
estás
always nice to you.
peda. That,
No,
nah,
no,
you are
Fidel,
nice. You are
Fidel.
nice,
You know
though.
why I'm freaking livid? This is why I'm livid. So you know you're half Salvi and Mexican. I don't know if you particularly know what's going on in Mexico, right? The Mexican president did like a press conference saying that he's sending ships to Haiti with food cargoes to help them. And when the ships get there, I sent you the video, Fidel. You saw the video. What do the Haitianos do? They start pow 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 at the ships, right? So yeah, I sent you the video. You didn't see it?
I must have been faded.
Oh, Fidel, don't make me look bad. I brought you up so you can have my back.
Okay,
Okay.
let's watch it together. Talk to me right now. We'll watch it visually.
Okay, Fidel, go in your Instagram. I sent you a video of the Dominican guy who showed the Mexican president. And I go, Fidel, look at this. Esta gente no son normales. So the Mexican president from Mexico did like a press conference. Because you know everybody says that los Mexicanos, the Dominicans, we're all racist, right? Everybody and their mama says that, right? Especially on TikTok, but Dominicans get attacked the most. So the Mexican president said that when he sends his ships, cargoes, boats, whatever to Haiti to go send them food, whatever clothes they need, medical care, whatever they need, when the ships are trying to dock, los Haitianos start pow, 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 pow. I can't say the word to the ships.
Are you freaking
That is not
serious?
awesome.
When did
Yes,
this happen?
I've been telling you that.
When did this happen?
Fidel, I sent you the video. I think I sent you two
Okay,
videos. I think
listen, man. I don't always do my homework. I'm sorry. Okay. All right, listen. I'll watch it. I'll watch it right now. I've been busy. I'm sorry.
okay.
But yeah.
So this is why I'm mad because that guy Richard Ignacio, he's become famous talking bad about Mexicans, talking bad about Dominicans. Now he's claiming that he has a Dominican girlfriend. That girlfriend that he has is an online girlfriend because he's from
course.
California. There's no Dominicans out here. Look, I went to a Dominican festival one time. It was the saddest thing. There was maybe like 30 people the most.
Oh, damn, that is sad. Why even have one in the first
It was
place, man?
Park. Hi, Heidi. You want to come up?
Hey, bring up
No,
bring
he
up
said, no, Heidi, he says that his girlfriend is Dominican. No, he's saying that his girlfriend, and then he's bootlicking. He's saying that, oh, she talks to me at night and she whispers in my ears that she's traumatized because they told her that
Okay,
she
hold
has
on.
pelo
I
malo.
gotta catch up. You're talking about who? That Cuban guy that was talking smack about Mexicans?
No, Fidel.
Girl,
Okay, listen. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay,
homeboy
listen.
has
I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop
home,
smoking that
Okay,
stuff.
homeboy
Okay.
okay. Hi, Heidi, I
homeboy
love you. You're
has.
so pretty. Heidi,
Hey,
I showed
love
a
you
picture. I
too.
showed my mom a picture of you. She said you were pretty.
Hey,
Tell her I say thank
Daisy,
you.
bring up
You're so
Elisa.
pretty, Daisy.
Alisa can come up. I've been trying to invite her since 1988.
No, she can come up now. She can come up now. Bring her up.
Oh, okay.
She can?
Send her.
Okay, Heidi, let me tell you what's going on. Heidi, do you know this
I
guy
saw
named...
some of it. I was pissed.
Okay, so do you know this guy named Richard Ignacio? He's narcissistic. He follows
Yeah.
nobody, but everybody follows him, and all his TikTok is all the pictures of him. You notice it's only him. He's very full of himself, right? So he says that if you speak Spanish, you're racist and you're a colonizer. He's the guy that made that Cuban lady cry because she said she's Latina. He said, no, you're not because you have too much European blood. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Now he's going viral again, saying that Dominicans are racist and that he has a Dominican girlfriend. His Dominican girlfriend is an online girlfriend. She's, I think, if I'm correct, she's half Asian. So they be doing these lives late at night because you guys know I'm an insomniac. I don't go to bed till 4, 2, 3 in the morning. Fidel knows because when I be texting Fidel on Instagram, he's like, do you ever sleep?
I responded to you at 5 a.m. today. I know.
So Heidi, this is what happened. Heidi, this is what happened. So Ignacio he's built a platform saying that Mexicans are racist and that Dominicans are racist, right? So I sent him a video of the Mexican president from Mexico. He did a press conference saying that he sent the ship boats, I don't know, to Haiti with like medical stuff, food or whatever. And that they've done it a few times to try to help those Haitianos. You know what the Mexican president said? I can tag you on the freaking video. He said that when they try to dock or get close to Haiti, ellos, los haitianos, comienzan a dispararle a los ships.
Oh my God.
So how is Mexico, okay, and he's saying that Mexicans are racist. Mexico has nothing to do with Haiti, and they're trying to help them.
Well, the thing about this guy Ricardo is he's all lies, okay? He's dating whoever he's trying to make a point of. If he's trying to make a point to black people, he'll be like, my girlfriend is black. To indigenous people, he'll be like, my family's indigenous. Now, then he's had like a Puerto Rican girlfriend, and now he has a Dominican girlfriend.
So he said last month he had an African American girlfriend. Now he's saying that his girlfriend's Dominican. Now you told me he had a Puerto Rican girlfriend?
Yeah. And check this out, okay? Check this out. Homeboy knows how racist all of Latin America is, including Mexico, okay? Mexico's racist because Ricardo's grandma was a racist. So he would claim, right? That the grandma was a very racist woman, therefore Mexicans are racist. But like your grandma doesn't represent all Mexico.
His granny. But he said that his grandmother was racist because they told her in Mexico, be careful when you go to the United States, porque, you know, we know what happens here. It's going to some of that. So he says that all of Mexico is racist because of what his grandma's comment said. You cannot label somebody racist just because tu abuelita says something.
Your grandma. Exactly. Not only that, okay? You're talking about a guy who is like illegal. He's never been to Mexico. How the fuck are you talking about?
Look who we got here, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, talk. Okay, I'm gonna go to the ladies' room. I'm gonna powder my nose, keep chismeando. I'll be back.
I want you guys to listen to her voice. All right.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, we're so happy that you can finally come up.
Yeah, I found out that if I had 300, I can actually come up. So I'm happy about that. Now I can hear all of your voices. I can interact with all of you.
Is this like a new thing? 300 in the US? Is this a new thing or what?
I just found out.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. Because that was BS, man. I had to fucking work for the 1,000.
That's for us, huh?
Nah, I just paid for it.
Yeah, Fidel was my first. He let me go up on his live today, so that was cool. I got
What? You had a live today? How come I didn't know?
Right? Why
You
don't we
heard
get
that,
notified?
right? I am her first.
Yeah.
I had that honor.
I don't know how many times I've said that in my life.
How come you didn't invite me to your live, Fidel? What the hell?
Dude, I sent you a freaking message. I'm like, hello, Heidi, are you okay? Are you alive? And you didn't respond. You
Yeah,
just
Heidi,
sent
you've
me,
been MIA.
you shared a live with me like a few minutes ago, I think. But yeah, I hit you
I
up.
know. I saw it and I meant to answer, but I was like, I'm gonna go eat and then I'll answer him. And then I saw
Yeah,
you
that's
on
what
here.
that's what happens when people fall in love. That's what happens. You start to you start
Stop.
losing track of your friends, and I think Heidi's dating somebody. I think you're in love, huh, Heidi? I think that's the problem. I think that's the reason why Heidi's
Like
not
drifting on a
hasn't
memory.
figured
Hi,
out.
Efrain. He's so
Hi,
nice.
how are you? How you
Hi,
doing?
amiguito. I'm gossiping tonight because I got liquid courage tonight. Hoy se bebe. Okay, I'm going to repeat myself. What's going on? And this is for the followers that don't know what's going on. There's this guy named Richard Ignacio who's built a following saying that Mexicans and Mexico is racist. Everybody's racist. Dominicans are racist, right? So I tagged him on this video of the Mexican president from Mexico. He did a press conference saying that Mexico has been trying to help Haiti. Haiti is the country next to the Dominican Republic. They're the people that have invaded our country. The Mexican president said that they send cargo ships to Haiti because Mexico wants to help Haiti, which is an African country. And then when they try to dock, when they try to get close to the waters, I guess to the sand or whatever, to dock, los haitianos, porque no están bien, they start I can't say the words, to the ships. He said they've done this various of times. So how is he going to say that all Mexicans are racist when the president of Mexico is trying to help a black country?
Because he's
Oh,
never been
Richard.
to Mexico. He hasn't been to, and he doesn't know Mexican society. On top of that, let me tell you, okay? He'll claim that Mexicans
I don't
are
like these
racist
lips.
against-
It looks like I got fillers. I look tore up. Ew. I'm going to change the filter. I'll be back. Keep talking.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness. This is
He'll
like-
say like
Make me laugh.
Mexicans are racist, right? Against black Mexicans.
Huh?
He'll say Mexicans are racist against black Mexicans, but meanwhile, Mexicans like Haitians. So we're so racist. We don't like our own black people, but we like other black people. You know what I mean? Like he makes no sense, but he's never been to Mexico. He's never been. He was illegal for most of his life.
Wait, what do you mean? No.
I think
Okay,
he
so
is
this is
illegal
why
because he talks about it.
this is why he hates Mexicans. He says because when he was a little Mexican kid from Mexico, that the cholos in California, they used to make fun of him. So he's traumatized by that. So because he had issues with that, now he thinks that all Mexicanos are racist. That's not true. There's in every country.
Yeah.
We call that mental illness.
Huh?
Pero you know what? No es
We
tanto
call that
la culpa-
mental illness.
Mental illness.
Mira, y te voy a decir algo. No es tanto la culpa de él. It's the fault of the followers, the people that listen to him. Because you can tell that a lot of the stories are made up, you know? Like, I've heard him, and I'm like, that shit doesn't even make sense. You know, a lot of the stories that he'll say, I'm like, that doesn't even make sense.
Heidi, 2 months ago, he says, I only date African-American women. Now he's saying that his girlfriend is Dominican. Make up your mind. He's more confused than a road lizard.
Heidi, you know this guy Richard is famous now, right?
Yeah, because he wrote a book. He's trying to be the next Eminem.
No, he came out on the Cynthia G today.
What? Richard did? Oh,
Yeah, well, okay,
and-
sorry, my bad. I'm sorry. Rephrase. Let me rephrase that. No, he didn't come out, but Cynthia G had his picture
Yes,
on
Fidel
there, and she was
knows what's
talking
up.
about him.
Fidel knows what's up. That's true. What Fidel is
Wait,
saying.
who is Cynthia G?
He came out.
Wait, who's
Like out the
Cynthia?
closet?
Yeah,
Hey, Fred, you're so cute. My
you gotta
nephew's
watch
gay. I
Cynthia
love my
G on
nephew.
YouTube.
Wait,
Huh?
Fidel, who is
Is he
that?
really your nephew?
No, I said Ephraim is gay, right? And I said my nephew's gay, and I love my nephew. That's what I
Oh.
said. Okay, so Heidi, Cynthia G, she's like a woman who speaks up and defends African American women. So I guess she follows what's his name? Richard. And she's like, look at this Mexican Latino guys. He says he loves black women, but she doesn't know that que este hombre tiene problemas mentales, that he's just using the AA community to pander to sell his book. His book is on sale on Amazon for like $149 or $249.
Oh shit! Are you serious?
Yeah.
What's the book about?
His book is about his dysfunctional life. Like, I guess his dad made him pull the no puedo decir, the trigger on somebody when he was a kid. Like he unalived somebody. So I think he lives with a lot of guilt and shame. So he's trying to redeem himself by coming off as the messiah of against racism. But he's doing it by slandering countries. Eso no está bien.
I think
He
he's
needs
just full of it.
therapy. Huh?
And he
I think he's just full of it.
Let me hear your voice.
yeah,
Stop sexy, my friend. Alicia's a loyal friend. Keep talking, my friend. Say something, Alicia.
I was telling Fidel this earlier. I was on his live once, and I actually told off everybody on the live because he had everybody against me. I went after him, his whole panel, his commenters. I basically threw a whole bunch of F-bombs everywhere, talking smack to everybody. Sorry, my dogs are barking.
Alicia, she's loyal. Keep talking, my friend. You have a sexy voice. You sound like a DJ. Hey,
I told
Mr.
you,
DJ.
Alicia.
Let's get this started. Should I give her wine or no?
Yeah, get your.
Hey, you know what you can do, Daisy? You can come and drop a couple of bottles over here. We're only 20 minutes away.
Fidel hurt my feelings because I sent him all those videos about the Mexican president. Now he's talking about he don't know what I'm talking about.
When did you send me those videos? Today?
2 days ago, and you pressed the thumbs up. I was like,
Oh
I said,
shit!
Fidel.
You
I said,
fucking caught me.
I said, Fidel, look, Mexico is trying to help Haiti, and you know, and they call Mexico racist, but Mexico is trying to help Haiti, which is a black country, and here's Ignacio saying that Mexico is racist. But what I want to know, what the hell is Ignacio doing to help the Haitians?
Where's this guy? Do I know this?
He's not doing
But the
anything
dude
good
is
for his
just
own-
lies.
for anybody. He's not doing
lying.
anything for anybody.
Heidi, Giovanni, Ephraim, and Fidel, and Alyssa, when this live is over, I'm going to tag you on the video of the Mexican president who said that they've been trying for months to help the Haitians, but when they try to get close to them, the Haitians be like, pow, 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 pow. Why are you trying to hurt the people that are trying to help you? And these are the people that are taking over Dominican Republic. And because we're fighting for our lives, we're called racists.
Exactly. That's what they do. Yeah, you should send it to me because I don't think I've seen that video.
Oh, I'm going to send it to you, Alyssa.
Send it to
Listen, you
me
have a
again.
cute, sexy voice.
Thank you.
Where's my keys?
Oh Lord, that's crazy. Wow.
Daisy living the life.
I can't find my keys. ¿Dónde están mis llaves?
You don't need no
You gonna
key.
drive?
Are you in your apartment?
No, I
you
can
gonna
go
drive right
across.
now?
I can go across the street. No, it's across the street. I'm just mad because
okay.
every time I want to have a live with Richard, he always blocks me.
Who's Richard?
Richard is the guy who's slandering Mexico and Dominican Republic, saying that because his abuelita, he said that his abuelita's racist because she said, ay, me dijeron que hay que tener cuidado con los afroamericanos en los Estados Unidos. So now he labeled his grandma racist.
Okay, yeah, but you know what? His grandma's not lying though.
No,
his
he
grandma's not lying.
He labeled the entire country of Mexico racist because of what the grandma said.
Yeah, but
Like, what the hell?
so many people's grandparents in so many different countries do this. I mean, like, you can't label the whole
Not a big deal. I mean, every abuelita's gonna be scared.
But
not.
well, you know, like
That doesn't make
We're not
abuelita
used to modern
racist.
society,
That
no?
just makes you nervous.
yeah.
you know, I'm gonna tell
Déjame
you
mis llaves
something.
aquí.
I'm gonna
Oh,
Hollywood
gracias.
presents black
Sure that
people
work?
really bad, just like they do Mexicans. You know what I mean? But people who have never been around African Americans, they don't know any better. They just know what they see on TV, which
Yep.
is an issue that the black community needs to fix. But this motherfucker can't turn it around and then point the fucking finger at Mexico. You know?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, even like people from Africa, they tell their children not to hang around African Americans or Black Americans because they don't want them to become bad people. So, you know, it's just like it's a thing. And even in the black spaces, they talk about it a lot on the lives, you know, and so. You know, there's that ghetto culture type thing that's like, you know,
Not
they
even in the Bay Area. Everybody hangs out with everybody out here.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Abuelita's
No, the Bay
racist
Area is
because
cool.
she saw smash and
Well,
grab on
I
the
don't think
news.
either, porque mi abuelita me decía a mí, mira,
Hey,
ten
Ruby,
cuidado con la
hi,
morena, que
welcome
no
to
le gusta que
my
la
live.
miren mucho. No
¿Qué?
haga esto, que después te van a dar pecosar. My grandmother used to tell me all that. Boom, when I went to middle school, the first fight that I had was with one of them. Just because I couldn't understand what they said.
Ruby, can you tell them what happened to your Dominican cousin when she went to the
Oh,
AA school?
yeah. That's something
Let
I
her
wanna
tell you the
say.
story.
So my cousin, she's Dominican. Ella es dark skin Dominican con el pelito medio afro. And one day I was in the park with her. That was at the beginning we came to the United States. And one of them asked me for the time, and I said, I don't know. Because I didn't know the time. I didn't got no wash in my hands. Then she said to me, oh, you're talking to me rude, this and that. They were trying to jump me.
Wow.
And then my cousin was looking at them. Mi prima no habla inglés para nada.
I love you, Carlos.
So they told my cousin, oh, but what
Sí,
the
estoy
fuck?
chismeando. Ahorita vengo.
Espérate, él dice de que, oh, but you're black. You're supposed to defend us. And I told him, listen, she's Dominican. She doesn't speak English. Oh, but she's dark skinned. She should have been like that. She should. And I'm like, oh my God, you know what?
They jumped. Wait, didn't they put liquid paper
And
in
you know
your
what they
friend's
did to
hair?
her?
Didn't they put
The
liquid
next
paper in
day
your
of school,
cousin's
they
hair?
put white over her hair.
What?
Yep.
They put white on her hair.
Why?
And she's dark skinned Dominican. Her hair is afro.
Because if your hair texture's a little bit looser and not, I can't,
Oh yeah, they try to
kinky,
damage it.
le
Yeah.
da como envidia. They want to jump you.
Yeah.
Ahí saltó una. That's why y'all.
That's true.
Come on.
Yeah, that's
You know.
true.
That happened to her since that day. She was feeling a little like, I don't know.
I'm going to make you guys moderators. I'm going to make you my guys moderator. Hold on. Keep chismeando. Hold on. How do I make you guys moderators?
I have no idea.
There's hoods everywhere. There's ghetto all over the place. I'm not gonna lie
To
about
that girl, yeah. To Ash Cash, I want to tell you, everywhere in Latin America has rich people and poor people, just like the U.S. What's
Yeah.
your point?
Yeah, I was just thinking that too.
They
when I
kicked her out. I wanted her to come up here.
You know what's funny that somebody of their community told me, oh, I like the way, yo creo que fue Moreno. He made a video saying, why blacks, African Americans cannot be like Hispanic people. They made business on their community. They make their community all look organized. While us, we'll be fighting about the last Jordan that came up on the TV. And I was
You
like,
guys need to follow this Morenito. He's African American. He's a little cute young kid. His name is Jeff Mead. He's
Yes,
really
I
trying
follow
hard
him.
to. Yeah, he's trying to clean up the African American community, but they say that he's racist and that he's a bootlicker.
oh yeah,
And
they
he
be attacking
he
him.
defends the natives because this girl said African people were black people were here before the natives, and he goes, no, you weren't. He goes, instead of living in the past, why don't we learn how to be better fathers, go to
Thank
school?
you.
Like he tries to help his people, and the more he tries to help, the more they attack him. But this
Yes.
guy, he had like 1 million followers, and they banned his account.
Oh my
No,
god.
I know what you're talking about. He made a video.
Yeah, Jeff Mead. I'm gonna tag you.
No.
He's so cute. He has like muscles. He kind of reminds me of Tiger Woods, but like 10 times better looking.
Wow.
And he tries to like he tells them we shouldn't be doing. He tells them we shouldn't be doing crash, smash, and grab. It makes us look bad. Like he tries to help his community, and I support him. But
Yeah,
there's
but-
a few African Americans that are trying to elevate their people, but a lot of them want to live in muchos.
I'm gonna be
I'm
honest
not
with
saying
you.
all because I have African American
And to be
friends
honest
that are
with you,
educated
and
and
to be-
some are millionaires. But the ones,
Yeah.
the ghetto ones, I don't know. They got issues.
Yeah, there's like
Yeah, and they can't even take full credit for this one either because they've been listening in our platforms, Latino platforms, a lot, and they've been hearing us criticizing them and pointing out the flaws in their community. So shit, even in that, we still help them out, you know? We still
Yeah,
kind of
but
help
I'm gonna
them
tell
out,
you
telling them.
something.
No, but you know, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna put myself on a big screen. You know why they hate Latinos? Because Latinos, how do I make myself look big and pretty?
There you go.
Okay, you know why they hate Latinos? Because Latinos, we come in different shades from blonde, blue-eyed to black to brown to mixed, but we're united as one people. In the States, it's like country music is separated from rap, right? Like everybody dances cumbia in Colombia, whether you're white Colombian or black Colombian. Everybody listens to mariachi in Mexico, whether you're a native, whether you're a dark-skinned black, Mexican, everybody shares the culture, right? They don't. They're separated. So they don't like that Africans or people who are mixed with African in other countries that we're united in our culture. They don't like that.
That's
And
true.
that's why they
true.
hate us. So and they don't like that merengue, like they don't like that black merengue. A black Dominican can dance merengue along with the white Dominican. They don't like that
Exactly. That's
because
the
they don't understand that. So that's why they come into our culture and try to put seeds. Oh, you guys are racist. You're black. You're one of us. And they're trying to put their traumas onto us. But our traumas have been like hundreds of
like
years
what
before
happened
they
with
were
me and
brought
my
to the States.
cousin.
We're
Yeah.
beyond that.
Lo que pasó conmigo y con mi prima, que ella le dijo, tú eres negra porque tú no le cambas galleta a ella. And then I was like, that's my cousin, she's Dominican. And she was like, yeah, but you're black and she's white. I'm like, I'm not white. We're Dominican and she doesn't speak English. Ellos intentaron poner a mi prima, like my cousin, to beat me up because she was dark and I was lighter. Just because of that. And I'm like, no, we're still Dominican. No, we're not doing that.
So sick.
And
You know,
that's crazy. Y
I
mira,
just-
ya que tú traíste eso,
See,
I saw the video.
in
that he
a Latino
posted.
family, right?
I need another drink.
Yeah, and
Okay, in a Latino family, right? In a Latino family, we could have the black cousin, and then we could have the Theo with the green eyes, and then we could have the Thea with the pajon. We have all colors, but we're family, right? And we love
Exactly.
each other, and we'll take a bullet for our family. They don't understand that. They don't understand. Like especially in California, muchos mexicanos se están mezclando con los afroamericanos, and the Mexicans, they love their kids, their
Yeah.
grandbabies. Oh, my grandbaby's mixed, and they accept them and they love them. And they don't understand. I don't think they understand love.
Kind
No,
of.
I don't think so. You know, it's funny too because they keep saying that the white race is dying out and all this stuff, and that all of a sudden everybody else is becoming white. And I realized something today. I think they're in fear because the African community, if you Google it, it's a very small percentage of the United States. It looks like there's a lot of African American people in America, but they're really just in the inner cities. Like through the rest of the country, it has always been a white majority country. And now you have interracial marriage on sky high. Like people are just marrying everyone because now you can marry whoever you love, right? And Hispanic is now becoming the majority, right? Hispanic is supposed to be like the majority by 2040. And so they want to continue the cycle of us versus them.
I'm gonna give you an example.
You know, like if the thing is that now that
Everybody follow Giovanni. He's from Jamaica. One love.
This
Let's get together and we'll feel alright.
God damn.
Put this picture in there.
Fucking Heidi. I mean, not Heidi, Daisy.
Put this picture
I don't
in
think
there.
he likes girls, but if he was straight, I would go on a date with Giovanni because I want to stare at his eyes.
Mira, él me queda más cerca a mí. He's on Brooklyn. I'm in the Bronx. I'm in the Bronx. It's close to me. Yo, can you put this picture on big?
Yeah.
Yeah, Giovanni, show your pretty blue eyes and let's start singing some
Yeah, he
Bob
got my
Marley.
great-grandmother's
One
eyes.
love.
Giovanni, you got my great-grandmother's
Giovanni, play
eyes.
some Jamaican music.
Okay.
Mira, pon esta foto en grande. Can you put my picture in big? I'm gonna show you something.
Oh, you? Okay, wait till I pull up. I'm driving. Hold on. I can't do
I'm
two
gonna
things at the
show
same
you
time.
a picture from back in the 90s. how specific Dominicans look. Look, you can see all type of skin colors right there.
Dominicans, we used to look like islanders. Let me shut up, because then they're gonna ban my video.
Oh,
Now
no.
we look like. Let me shut up. Okay.
Girl, we need to bubble wrap this one. this
Alicia, talk more. You got the sexy voice. Okay, what are you talking about? Okay, what are you talking? Okay, let's see.
Picture.
Okay.
This is a typical Dominican family back in the 90s.
Okay, this is what we used to look like, but we don't look like that no more.
Yeah, mira, esa es mi prima, ¿verdad? Y la que yo te dije.
She don't even look black. She looks mixed.
Ella es, pero estaba un poquito más oscura y entonces they were like when she came here, she was like this tone because she was little right there.
Oh, okay.
You see how mixed her? Oh, he passed away last year.
Where did Heidi go?
This is my father right here. That's my dad right there. Oh, you see
Your
how
dad? He was cute. He passed away?
No. This guy right here in the middle. He passed away last year. He was my father's best friend since childhood. He passed away last year. We're gonna miss him a lot.
What's his name?
Ese tipo hacía el mejor puerco asado que tú te pudieras comer.
She's
For real,
thinking
man.
about food.
The best sancocho ever.
What was his name?
That looks
She's
like
hungry.
that's like my that looks
Wait,
like
what was
my
his name
mother-
again?
My mother's family's like that.
Yeah, his name is
¿Cómo se llamaba?
Robilín.
So Ephraim, that's what Dominicans look like. But now show her, Ruby, what Dominicans look like now.
But I want to ask her what was his name again. That's a nice name.
My
Who,
name?
Giovanni?
No, the guy that passed away.
Oh, his name is Robilín.
Robelin, nice name.
Hold up. We used to call her Robilín, but this guy right here, you don't want to know why my father used to call him like that? Él le gustaba coger la guitarra y la güira y la tambora y tocar música de campo, like the old music back in the days on Trujillo's time. Yo, and we used to enjoy all that. He used to sing, make sancocho, cocinado. It was a beautiful moment. Those times never come back, for real.
Oh,
Esto
man.
no vuelve. That's the reason I'm fighting for my country. I don't want to lose none of that.
But Ruby, we got to give a shout out to the Mexicanos, because I'm going to tell you this right now. The Mexicans have been more loyal to Dominicans than our own neighbors, the Puerto Ricans. The Puerto Ricans, in fact, attack us. The Mexicans are there to defend us. We got to give them a shout out.
Mira, mi primo que está aquí.
Yo me quiero poner un sombrero de mariachi. How can I do that on the
No, hold up. That's what I told some Haitian people. Esto fue lo que yo le dije a los haitianos. Take the example from Mexicans. They'll come migrate anywhere they go, but these people work and respect. Yo,
I'm
ellos te venden fruta,
going to tell you
trabajan lo
something.
que sea.
The Mexicans are the hardest working people. I have always defended them since I was 8-10. These people, you don't see them begging
that's
for
true.
money, but they will sell you a pencil. They will sell you something in la calle. They'll clean your windows.
I have a friend.
Yo
I have a friend
nunca
named,
en toda mi
They'll
vida
sell you a
no
taco. They'll sell you elote. They'll wash your car. You don't see Mexicans begging money in the streets. You don't, and the ones that you see is because they're on drogas, but they're the hardest working people I know in history.
Mira, yo vivo en Nueva York y es muy difícil que tuve un mexicano andando en la calle pidiendo. I never have seen that.
And you
Más
will never
fácil-
see it.
Never. Y digamos de la porción de Nueva York, que ahora mismo hay mucha gente en droga ahora en Nueva York. I'm not gonna lie to you. La porción más fuerte ahora, lamentablemente caso me van a odiar por esto, son los mismos negros, parte de la comunidad puertorriqueña. Y ahora mismo un poquitito de lo que entraron ahora de Venezuela. But besides that, Mexicans, it's hard to see them. It's hard. Un mexicano te vende elote, fruta.
You know what elote is?
Yo,
Because we call it maíz, but I don't even call it maíz no more. I call it elote now.
Elote. I don't call it
They
corn
put the
either.
butter, the chile, the limon.
Yo.
I could eat one right now.
Tú sabes que las mexicanas que venden la comida en la calle, hay una señora cerca de la universidad. She saved my life. Every time I forgot my breakfast, ella me salva la vida. Ella hace un coso de maíz. En Santo Domingo nosotros decimos majarete. Como con maíz. Y me pasa un tamal siempre. Ella siempre me regala uno cada vez que me ve que no coger breakfast. I love that lady. Y le dije, mire, si me gradúo va a ser por usted.
Wow.
Yeah, because every time I get there hungry,
She gives you
I'm
food,
like, that
right?
person's great. Yeah, she make those tamales real good. The green sauce, the red sauce,
Wow.
So
emolada.
wait, Ruby, are you telling me they have tamales back east now?
They have everything. That
What?
lady, she backed me up. And when I
Do
get
they
out of
sell
class,
tortillas at the store?
ellos lo
Yeah.
venden en la tienda. Yeah, some Mexicans are have them.
Yeah, in New York City, they have all that stuff.
All over the
They do?
place, love.
Yeah.
Because when
Everything.
I went to New York City, like they didn't have that.
Not yeah, in the
Yes, yes,
past
they
they didn't
did.
have it, but nowadays they have everything.
They do.
Now they have it. Giovanni, show everybody your ojos, tu ojitos.
Oh no,
Let's be racist and let's blue
I
eyes.
I look like a hot mess. I literally just
I'm gonna
woke
help
up.
you out. Hold up.
Where's Alyssa? My
I'm
friend,
still
you
here.
and I be chatting and talking. I didn't know you were so shy, my friend. You're so
No,
quiet.
I'm still here. I'm listening to everybody. I'm
Okay,
just
are you
taking it all in.
understanding?
Yes.
What happened to
It's beautiful.
Heidi?
Like I didn't know that in the East Coast they're starting to get more and more like Mexican stuff because the elotero, I fucking adore the elotero. I always say I don't chase men, but the freaking elotero I will be chasing down the street.
I gotta say to Mexican people, shout out to you guys. I know how to make my green sauce, emoladas, everything, pollo con mole, salsa verde.
You learned
What
how to do that?
I learned how to make all that thing, hasta sopa de frijol salvadoreña. Everything I learned it, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I love my food, but Mexican food is esta mi debilidad.
Wait, can I tell you my ex mother-in-law? She taught me how to make ceviche. No, I'm sorry, shrimp cocktail.
Oh, they really good.
Yeah, she
Salsa
taught
verde,
me.
the green sauce, I take the jalapeno y uno serrano. Lo
Wait, you know
aso
about
con la
serrano
cebolla
jalapeño? How do
y
you
de
know
toba.
about that?
Girl, if you try the sauce that I learned how to make, they good. Yo lo pongo a asarse y lo hago en el, ¿cómo se llama la cosa esa de piedra que ellos tienen? Forget the name.
Molcajete.
Oh, el molcajete, ahí yo lo hago. It tastes so good. Oh my God. Yo, esa green
Salsa
sauce
de
es una
molcajete.
captura.
Yeah, good stuff.
Anybody that can eat a jalapeno and a serrano, you're already like one of us. So
Yes, I'm telling
Heidi,
you.
I'm sorry,
good job
it still
too.
burns my mouth.
Yo, if you check my refrigerator, tiene serrano, jalapeño y los tomatillos verdes para hacer la salsa.
Mhm,
Y
qué
los
rico.
chilaquiles en la mañana con huevito o pollito. Oh, qué rico.
Y los nopales también.
Oh, el nopal también con la carne asada y un poquito de
Sí.
guacamole. Mi salsa verde.
Delicious.
Yo, you know what? I'm Mexican now. Shout out to me.
Yes, you are. We take you. We love our
No, we
Dominicans.
accept you.
I'm gonna teach you guys how to make sancocho después de ahí.
Hi, I brought up I can't see Miriam. Thank you, Miriam, for joining the live. Can you introduce yourself? I'm at the market. I sound all loud and ghetto.
Wait, I'll be right back. Let me check my daughter. Hold on.
So Heidi invited me in because she knows I have some history with the person that shall not be named
Oh wow.
that you guys were talking about
Oh,
before.
Miriam, you're the cubana?
Yo soy la cubana.
He's the one that made you cry.
I totally fucking cried. But
Mira, do you
listen,
know that I
making me
defended
cry
you?
is not
I
that
was
hard.
freaking fighting for you. I was fighting for dear life, and I kept telling people, "Where's this
Thank
Cuban
you.
lady? I want to defend it. I wanted to give you a hug." I felt so bad how he set you up. Miriam, can you tell him what esta persona did to you?
So first of all, okay, I'm gonna admit that I was in a really bad place. A, because I was drunk, and B, because I was just emotional about everything else that was going on in life. But he fucking like catfished me in that sense. I met him at another live, and then that live shut down, and he invited me into his live, which we continued on a conversation, but he only asked questions that fit his narrative. And so, of course, I answered those questions, but he didn't ask the right questions. So you can see me. I'm a freaking white girl, pero yo soy cubana. Los cubanos son multicultural. Nosotros tenemos muchas diferentes naciones y mis padres son, at least from a part of my mom and part of my dad, we are European, mostly German on my father's side, French on my mother's side. Pero yo tengo taíno. Pero él no quiso saber de eso. Él no quiso preguntar de eso. So, inmediatamente estaba diciendo, ¿y por qué tú estás tan orgulloso de ser hispano cuando tú eres europeo y los europeos son los que opresaron, you know, the Europeans were the ones that oppressed the Cubans and you're not Taino. And it was just one thing after another. And I got emotional about it because I'm very proud of being cubana. Yo vivo aquí en New Jersey. New Jersey tenemos per capita, tenemos más cubano. Sorry, my thing is going crazy. New Jersey tiene per capita más cubano que Miami. Y nosotros yo vivo en una comunidad que viven los cubanos, los puertorriqueños, el salvadoreño, peruano.
Do you live in Union City?
Oh my God, Union City is next door.
Yeah, because when I went to New Jersey when I was 21 years old, I saw a really nice, clean community, and I was like, "Oh, who lives here?" And they said the Cubanos. You guys like?
No, pero no es solamente cubano. Porque I will be completely 100% honest with you. I am Cuban, but los cubanos son racistas. Los cubanos son puros racistas. I will say that. But, mostly in Miami, not so much in New Jersey. Pero aquí viven todas las Naciones Unidas hispanas, viven aquí en New Jersey. Y yo, Union City, yo vivo en esa área. Yo vivo en North Bergen. So it's like, there's no distinction. Union City, Jersey City, West New York, Guttenberg, North Bergen, we're all kind of like clustered in, pero aquí viven las Naciones Unidas Hispanas. So yo puedo caminar a una cuadra. I'm sorry, are we bilingual in this or are we just talking English?
Yes. Giovanni knows Spanish. He's Jamaican, but he knows a little Spanish.
My family is
right.
also mixed with Cuban, but I don't know much about my Cuban roots at all. They all left during the Fidel Castro thing, but I have family in Miami and Connecticut, possibly Jersey too. I think I went there like once.
I used to live in Connecticut. It's the most boring state in history.
It really is. So I can tell you, because I grew up in a very political family. My parents, both my mom and my dad, they were counter-revolutionaries. So they left in the 70s during the Castro regime. I had some uncles that left before the Bay of Pigs. And I had some other relatives that left that were Marielitos, that left in the 80s. So like, I can fill you in at least on a little bit of the politics in terms of what I've absorbed. I've never been to Cuba. I would love to go someday. Pero yo me considero cubana. Porque esa es la cultura que yo me crié, la historia que yo me crié. That's how I connect with my roots, is my Cuban heritage. I also connect with my German heritage porque I've investigated the genealogy of my family, and so I've also connected with my German roots. He who shall be named pointed in on that. It's like, ¿para qué tú quieres investigar tu alemán cuando tú eres hispana? Tú no eres hispana, tú no tienes ningún taíno, which I do, but he didn't ask those questions.
No, he set you up. Miriam, do you know that I've been looking for you for about I've been looking for 6 months because I saw that video went viral where he made you cry, and I freaking made a video and I attacked him, but he blocked me.
Wow.
He
I
blocked
blocked
me.
him.
And I said, you're a freaking punk making girls cry. And, you know, yo dije malas palabras. And, of course, my video got banned. And I used to follow this young guy named Cuba, and he defended you.
Too.
Yeah, he defended you. And I said, Cuba, show me who she is, because you know what? I feel like he set you up. He's demonic. He's very demonic.
He did, and this is the problem that I've been having, because I've been having a lot of, like, notwithstanding the situation, even before I met this person, and I refuse to name him because I don't want to give him any clout, because that's what he's looking for, is clout. I refuse to name
Miriam,
him, but
because
like,
he's trying to be Eminem, and he's trying to sell his $1.99 book on Amazon. His book is on sale.
which, by the way, FYI, have you seen the reviews? That's all I'm saying.
Oh, the reviews?
Have you seen the reviews? That's all I'm saying.
Bad reviews?
He doesn't have great reviews, or at least last time I checked, and I haven't checked in a while. But
Miriam,
anyway,
let me tell you, a couple months ago he says, I only date African American women. Now he's saying that his girlfriend's Dominican. Every month he has a different girlfriend. But his girlfriends are invisible. You notice how his girlfriends never come to his defense?
So, that's one of the things that he pinpointed on me, because he asked me, he's like, would you ever date a Hispanic? And I said, no. And it's not exactly true, because I have dated and would date a Hispanic. The problem is I have a lot of fucking trauma with my dad. And every single Hispanic man that I meet reminds me of my father. So it has nothing to do. So he was like, well, you're racist against your Hispanic roots and whatever. I'm like, it has nothing to do with the fact that I'm Hispanic. It's the fact that every single freaking Hispanic man that I meet reminds me of my fucking father. So I don't even date anymore. Hispanic, white, black, I don't give a shit. I don't fucking date.
But can I say something about Cubans? I'll say this about Cubans. They take care of their women financially.
Oh, nice.
We can't lie about that.
This is like some of us.
Ellos gastan dinero.
I mean, in my experience, it's more of a control issue. We take care of our women financially because we're trying to control them. Yeah. But that could just be my family. It's not necessarily the broad aspect of it. I'm just speaking, colloquially on that. But listen, I know that Cubans have problems. I'm the first one to admit that Cubans are fucking racist. I'm going to say that one more time. Cubans are fucking racist.
Sorry, I got ahead
but we are, there is patria sobre raza. It's like you're Cuban first, before you're white, before you're black, before you're Chinese, because we have a shit ton of Chinese Cubans. Patria o sobre raza. Tú eres cubana, I don't care what race you are, you're Cuban. And then the pecking order starts, and that's where I don't like it. But you have to also consider the fact that, like, my parents were pre-Fidel Cubans.
But then you say you're German too, right? So they came from that German Hitler people?
No. So my father, okay, so just to give you a brief history, my father was second generation Cuban, born of German ancestors that emigrated to the United States. So it's weird. It's like it went from Germany to the United States to Cuba back to the United States. Mm-hmm. So, and my parents emigrated, or my father's side emigrated to the United States before Mustache Man.
Hitler?
Yeah, little mustache man.
Cuba before him?
Yeah.
So my ancestors came in the mid 1700s to the United States.
But way before.
They had about 13 children. One of those 13 children actually emigrated to Cuba. That's a story, but I'm not going to go into that.
Wait, so you're from the child that migrated to Cuba?
Yeah, I'm first generation American.
Wait. But you said that are you a family member from the German one who moved to Cuba?
Yes. So I'm a third generation from the family member that moved to Cuba. So
and what was
my father.
I have a crush on
My
Ricky
father-
Ricardo's hair.
It's weird, but this is the thing about genealogy and global aspect is that my so in the 1700s my relatives came to the United States. That one relative, my great grandfather, went to Cuba. Then my father went back to the United States. So it's funny because there's actually a cemetery I figured this out when I was doing the genealogy. There's a cemetery in Atlanta. No, not in Atlanta, in Georgia. There's a cemetery in Georgia where my ancestors are buried.
Oh, wow.
So there was the one brother of the 13. There was one brother that left to Cuba and had two ancestors and then came back. My father came back to the United States. So it's weird. But my mother's French. So yeah, there's that. My father's mother, my grandmother, is Taino. But he who shall not be named never asked that. He never asked that. He was like, well, you have no Taino in you. I'm like, but you didn't ask that.
You're Cuban. It don't matter. You're Cuban.
Soy cubana y yo me siento cubano, me identifico como cubano. That was the culture I was raised in. That was the stories that I was raised in. That's where I connect. I can connect with my German roots. I can't connect with my French roots because I don't know them well, because it's hard to trace your lineage back matriarchally, especially porque yo nunca he ido a Cuba.
Miriam? So, Miriam, if you were to go to Germany and Cuba, of course you're going to feel more comfortable in Cuba. You're Cuban. But he was trying to make it seem, he was saying that you're not Cuban. I saw the clip. He was saying that you're not Cuban because you got too much European blood. Like, who made this MF the freaking moderator of the to be controlling people what they are?
This is the whole Caribbean. I mean, so many people have ancestors from, even Mexico has French and German and all that stuff, like, it's so dumb. It's like they don't know history.
But that's the problem that I have is that that's why I say patria sobre raza, because I see anybody on the street and they tell me they're Cuban. I don't give a shit what race they are. I know they're Cuban. I know they're hispano. Y lo mismo va con los puertorriqueños, con los colombianos, con los dominicanos. Ellos son familia porque somos hispanos. And in this world and in this country, we need to fucking unite. I don't give a shit where you are. I'm not going to further divide us because the world is this country is trying to divide us enough as it is.
We got to find ways to unite. We got to find ways to unite and push that, because the next generation and then the following generation, they're going to lose their identity. Like we're the older generation and we're going to die off. And what are we going to leave our children? What are they going to become? Who are they here in the United States? The United States is, you're either white or black. What's a Latino here?
Yeah, I think we're the generation to let.
No, that's not true. You're not either white or black in America right now. Because look, the census record says you can click all of the above. The government actually says that they realize that there's a lot of multiracial families. Now, it depends. I realize that a lot of people haven't caught on. It depends where in America you're living. When I went to California, I met people whose grandmother was Mexican, the grandfather was Asian, and then the other grandparents were white. And they don't, identify as white or whatever, because I just mentioned like two different things with the white side, right? Yeah. So they put other or multiracial, right? And then Hispanic is going to be the majority by 2040, right? And Hispanic is already a multicultural, multiracial, like hybrid mix of people. So America knows where everything's going. But I think there's a lot of people that want you to like identify as black or white, but that one drop rule died ever since interracial marriage became legal in the United States. So, we're going to be like Brazil. That's the future of the United States. I'm sorry. There is no black versus white. That's just people they're stuck in the old programming and they're on here venting and they just need some medicine and they need to like calm down and come back to earth. You know, that's how I see it.
Well, I mean, well, you're giving
Do
projections
you
for the
think the
you're
United
giving
States is
projections for the
making people
future,
black or white for numbers? Do you think they're trying to strip our identity and our
No,
cultures
I don't think that's
for
the
numbers?
government. I don't think that's the government because, like I said, the government says you can click all that applies, and even like fashion industry is pushing like Latin and also mixed race looking people or whatever for some reason.
Yeah, but
So
this
I
is something
think
you're giving like present and future projections. But what I was referring to, the United States in black and white, I was referring to what the older generations have been brought up to. Now the newer generations, that's a whole different thing. But we have yet to see that. But for the most part, especially in the educational system, we weren't really taught about our history or people's contributions here in the United States. We were really majority taught about African American and Anglo American culture, and that's a fact. I mean, we didn't hear about our Native American ancestry because they don't want Hispanics to identify with natives here in the United States, right? They just want to divide us, although we're essentially the same people. We are, right? So that's what I mean. So what you're saying right now that they're presenting more Latino, or at least they're trying to give out more representation for Latinos. That's something new. That is something that we're barely beginning to see, but that hasn't always been the case, But you're right. It is. They're beginning to include Latinos, but there's still a long way to go, and we need to push. Like we need to be behind it and push exactly what is it that we want for representation. We want the right kind of representation. We talked about this on Callie's Lives too, but I just kind of wanted to clear that up.
Oh, cool.
I did the census for 2020 in California, and it was a mess.
I actually sent this live to Kelly too. I'm hoping she comes in.
I sent it to her too.
Hi, Ethan, you're so nice.
Hey, I'll be back. I'm getting a call here. I'll be back.
Yeah, I think I still have a piece of paper of the census that I kept, and it just breaks down everybody who like what are you, like the age range of your family, like who makes the most, and then it said the race of your family, and I'm like, it was hard to do because like I live in East Bay, California, and there's a lot of like African Americans and a lot of Italians in my area, and a lot of Mexican people didn't want to do the census because they were so scared. Like, no, it's okay. No quiero, está bien, gracias. I don't know if they were scared because maybe too much information was being released. I don't know.
No, in this area too. Again, I'm in an area that's predominantly Hispanic, and there is a huge fear, especially when it comes to census. There's a huge fear that if you report anything, that some eye of the overseer or beholder will see you and say, "Oh, you don't belong here. We're going to send you back." So there's a lot of fear, especially with the undocumented in this area, that you have to just lay low and not speak up because anything you say or do might work against you. And it's been true for a while. Listen, okay, I show this to a lot of people, and I'm going to show this to you guys, and I keep it here because occasionally this comes up. Hold on. So you see, let me see, is there any important information? Okay. Do you see this? This is a U.S. INS card. That's me. I was born in the United States, but I was still issued an INS card. Why? What? Because I was born of not undocumented parents. Oh. So back in the 70s, they issued children of undocumented parents INS cards.
Wow.
That's crazy. Wow.
So I remind people that there was a time where people did have a fear, because this was a time where if you got sent, it was different for Cubans. It wasn't the same for Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Peruvians, but it was different for Cubans in the 70s and 80s because Cubans had automatic political asylum.
Yeah, that's true.
we had automatic political asylum. So any Cubans that came into the U.S. were automatically accepted into the United States as as documented immigrants, but they were still tracked. My parents, I remember a story where my mom was taking me to daycare, and it was a car full of women. She was going to work, car full of women, and me as a baby in the car, and the cops stopped them and asked for their papers. That was allowed in the 70s. That was allowed in the 70s. It's not allowed now, or at least it is, but it isn't. It's kind of weird depending on what state you're in. That's another story. But so I was issued this so that I can prove that I was born in the United States. And because my parents had automatic political asylum, because I was born in I'm what's called a hinge baby. I don't know if you guys know that term.
Nope.
But a hinge baby is if you're an undocumented or documented immigrant, if you have a child in the United States, you are automatically allowed to stay in the United States. That's not the case now.
Really?
I didn't know that.
But when I was born, and this is the reason why a lot of Republicans are against immigration, because back in the day, if you emigrated into the United States and popped out a baby, guess what? You get to stay.
Right.
Yeah, I heard that.
And
but I didn't hear the
that's
hinge
called a hinge baby. I was a hinge baby.
I didn't know that.
I assured that my parents would be allowed to stay in the United States because I was born here.
Wow.
Nice.
So, trauma, but that's another story.
Well, we're trying to say good evening to everybody, but I don't want to like cut anybody
Hi,
off.
Fígaro. Gracias por venir a mi live. Gracias.
How are you? This is my new account. I lost my old one, so that's
Fígaro, you're a barber. I'm gonna learn some fading tips from you. I'll be watching your hair. Everybody, Figaro's a barber. If you need a haircut, Fígaro.
I got a mohawk. Can you do anything with it?
He's a beautiful baby. Aw, you're a good father.
Thank you.
Aw.
That's a cute baby.
So Fígaro's cubano también.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
But my parents are. I was born here, but I know a lot about the history and the story.
You was born in the United States?
Yeah.
So are you first generation?
First generation, yes.
So I don't mean to get too personal, but when were you born?
82.
82. 74. So we pretty much have the same trauma.
Yes, exactly. I know the history, and I lived it. So my brothers were over there. They escaped. My parents did too. So I was the first generation, and out of all the kids, the first one to be born here. So I went over there to visit a few times, and I got a lot of history in my family. So I could talk to you guys about it one of these days. I don't know if you've heard it before, because I've come up here before, but I had another account. I suspended it, so I don't know if you guys remember.
Fígaro and Miriam, yo le quiero hacer una pregunta. So, everybody in the world knows who Celia Cruz was, and we all loved her. Did Cubans love Celia? Did white Cubans love Celia Cruz as much as all Latin American loved her? Because when they were going, because when she left Cuba, I think the first concert she did was in Mexico. They loved her in Mexico.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mexico,
right?
Yeah, Mexico made her
Mexico's what blew her up.
Exactly. And that's where she even said, she goes, Mexico is where I made it big. Mexico is also where she met the love of her life. Su cabecita de algodón.
She met him in Mexico?
It's what she used to call him, her husband.
Yep.
I thought he was Cuban.
I also heard that
they met in Cuba, but
because did you guys see the movie? And because when she left Cuba, she went to Mexico, and los Mexicanos, they loved Celia. They didn't care that she was black. They loved her, and I think it was Mexico
even made
blew
her
her
into
up.
an actress because she was Mexico made her an actress. They brought her into telenovelas. She was in the telenovelas in Mexico. Yes, and
you know why she became famous? And why
Yes.
the Cubans love her? Because she respected herself. She never put her head down for the dictatorship. You know what I mean? Like when she
Yeah.
left, she never looked
And,
back.
So
and
And
you know
She
what?
didn't
I
even
want
want to make the song
I love
Carnaval
Celia Cruz.
because of
If
the
I
fact
ever
I
have
that
a
want
she
to
baby
talk
felt like
girl,
her
about
I
people
want to
were
name her
still
Celia.
struggling.
Aw.
I
Pero
love
so
Celia Cruz.
Celia,
I want to
That's
talk
a
about that
beautiful
we all
name,
because
love her.
Celia.
We
She
all
was
love
very
her.
beautiful.
All of
I'm
us.
passionate
Mexican,
about
Cubans,
the
I don't care what you are, but we all love Celia Cruz. All of us.
Yes, we
yeah,
do.
she's
all
the
of
best.
I love
Celia
Celia Cruz.
Cruz.
Yo soy dominicana and I grew up listening to Celia Cruz. Wow,
Yo soy mexicana también
wow.
y yo también. I jam to a lot of Celia Cruz.
Yeah, she's awesome. I'm gonna follow you guys.
Ceremony en
In the
Cuba
old account.
es la música del son.
She was always so
Y
happy. Oh, God.
la
And
música
the
del
thing is
son.
that they
Y
portray Latinos to be these racist monsters, but yeah, there's racism in every country, but every Latino country loves Celia. They didn't care that she was black. The Colombians, the Panamanians, the Mexicans, the Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, nobody cared that Celia was black. Celia made
Exactly.
everybody fucking
Daisy,
happy.
Daisy, even when Mexico put her in when they put her in a soap opera, the telenovelas, she became an actress overnight after that because she was like, I'm a singer, I'm not an actor. And they actually got her in the movie The Mambo Kings after that. And she started acting, yes. She became
Wait. So you're
acting
telling
with
me that
Mexico
Mexico
first.
is the one who put Celia Cruz on TV?
Yes. Mexico put her in
I'm
Exactly.
telenovelas.
proud of you, girl, but
Exactly
you know
what it
your
was.
history. Shout out to you, my friend.
We love her. We just completely love her. So yeah, she became a household name where she was not only a singer, but now she was in movies.
I want to mention something here because para El Figaro, I don't know if you've ever read the story Before Night Falls by Reinaldo Arenas. But
No, I haven't
one
read
of the
it.
traditions, so I highly recommend it. But one of the traditions that Cuba has, and one of the things that Cuba is known for, obviously, their music, but la música del son. Y la música del son wasn't just a jazz influenced music, but a lot of that music came from the contra-revolutionary aspects of not being able to speak against your political government. So the only way you can speak it is through double entendre. And that was through speaking. So if you've ever heard of Buena Vista Social Club, cuando están
Compay
cantando
Segundo.
de la...
Exactly. With Compay Segundo. He was the
Compay
leader of the
Segundo.
Buena Vista.
So,
Yeah.
la Abuela Tula
Yes.
aprendió la
Marian, can you tell me what you're
Cogió
talking
cantar.
about? I'm a little bit lost,
So-
amiguita. Cuéntame.
So, mira, la música del son no es solamente
Okay,
una...
what's the música del son? What's that?
Son is a style of music, a Cuban style of music that takes jazz influences, but it adds poetic double entendre. So what they're not just speaking jazz, they're not just talking about jazz, but they're singing about political issues, not overtly, but covertly. So
Kinda
when they're
like what
talking
Celia
about
Cruz did. Celia Cruz.
Exactly.
One thing I noticed about Celia Cruz, her songs were political, but people were too busy dancing, but they were not listening to what
no
she was
estaban oyendo.
saying.
¿Tú sabes por qué? Cuando tú oyes una música del son y tú oyes que están hablando del gato y las ratas, they're not talking about a cat and a rat and rats. They're talking about the political government, aka Fidel, and the people. So this is what I'm talking about, double entendres. The story of Before Night Falls by Reinaldo Arenas talks about how the Cuban government tried to oppress the musicians, the poets, the artists, because the musicians, the poets, and the artists were the ones that were talking up against the government through their art. So one of the things that is known about la música del son, son, is that it was a revolt against the politics of the nation. Y por eso, the Mariel boat lift, cuando empezó the Mariel boat lift in the 80s, muchos de los Marielitos que empezaron the Mariel boat lift eran los artistas, los homosexuales, los poetas, los músicos, because Fidel wanted them gone.
Oh, wow.
Fidel wanted them gone because they were speaking out against the government without speaking out against the government. They were speaking in code. They were speaking in double entendre.
Wow.
You know, I don't know if you guys, I don't want to interrupt. I got liquid courage tonight. I feel good. You know, did you guys see that movie, the Celia Cruz movie? You know what makes me cry? And I did cry a lot. Even though that movie was, it took too long to take like the storyline, is that Celia Cruz, when she would make songs, she was crying about Yo quiero a Cuba, I want to go back. Her songs were political, but nobody was listening. They was just dancing, but when I listened to her lyrics, she was sending a message.
But you know why she would cry, right? Because she didn't come back to Cuba.
Because they didn't let her go back to Cuba.
Because she didn't want to go back while the dictatorship of Castro was there.
No, porque él no I saw the movie, he didn't let her go back. When she went to Mexico, he said she was done. Am I right or no?
No, she went back from Mexico one more time, and then she came over here, but she came over here for political reasons, you know, to the U.S. after she went to Mexico the second time.
But he never let her go back to Cuba, though, right?
Yeah, because she wanted to. The problem was that she became famous, and she started making money, and Castro said, listen, I'm going to kick your mom out of the house. What? For you to keep her in the house, you have to pay double. He was charging her the house like $50,000, and the house had cost her like $5,000 to build it. And he was like, if you give me, if you're famous, or I'm gonna tax you $50,000 to pay for your mom's house, and she could stay there. If not, we're gonna kick her out. And so she was like, hell no, I'm not gonna. You know what I mean? Like, pay that much money. Why are you doing this to me? Because I'm famous. You know what I'm saying? And then,
so he was, and then her mom was with cancer, right? Su mamá tenía cancer, and she couldn't go back to see her. You know what hurts me about Celia Cruz? She was never able to see her mother. That hurts my feelings.
Castro didn't give her the visa to go into Cuba. She was considered like a political prisoner. Not a prisoner.
Yeah, she was a political figure.
It was, hold on. I'm gonna tell you right now what it's called exactly, because I forgot the actual name of it, but she was considered like against the dictatorship of Cuba. She wasn't allowed back while Castro was there. And out of pride, she said, I'm not going to step back in Cuba while that government's there either. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't let them blackmail her, because that's what they do.
That's the biggest, I will have to say this. The biggest mistake that Cubans that left in the 60s and 70s made.
So Miriam and Figaro, you guys don't care that she's black. You love her, right?
I freaking love her. She's amazing. She made strides not only in Cuba, but in the United States. It's not just her music and her art, but it is what she stood for.
I want to cry.
She never even wanted to put the song La Vida es un Carnaval, because she even said, she goes, in Cuba, it's not.
I want to cry.
It's not. There's no happiness for my people. Why would I sing this song? But that song made strides. It brought so many people, like everyone was blasting that music. You know, and she didn't want to sing it because she knew like her people were still struggling and stuff. And we know this now.
You know, I want to cry because my father died of cancer in 2013. And I want to cry because didn't her mother get like cancer and she wasn't able to go back to see her mom? That's horrible.
They didn't let her the visa to go back.
So it's like she was singing her pain through her song, and we're all singing and dancing, but nobody was paying attention that Celia was in pain.
Exactly.
She was,
and he was blackmailing her to go see her mom, you know, and he was like, you're not gonna see her. I'm not gonna give you the visa unless you come over here and sing a song for me. Basically, he wanted.
Wait, Figaro. What? So he didn't let her go back because she didn't sing a song for him?
Yeah, he wanted her to sing for him. Castro wanted Celia Cruz to sing for him in a presentation in Tropicana, and she denied. She said no. She walked off right in the
I love
middle.
Celia.
Yes,
We
walked off.
shout out
She
to
for
Celia.
sure.
She
That's
walked off
good on
in one
her.
of the
Good on
in
her.
one of the presentations. I'm telling you because my family, I come from a background of music also, and my grandfather was famous
So
because he used to
Celia was a
introduce.
true freaking Cuban.
No, she was a true Cuban with pride. There's a lot of singers
Yes.
now that come from Cuba and they go back and they sing for the dictatorship. That's why there's a lot of fights with these new Cuban reggaeton artists. They're a bunch of like cowards. They go
Wait,
back. I don't
okay,
know if
Figaro, say that again. So Celia was a true artist, and what did you say after?
she was a true Cuban patriot with respect for the freedom of the Cuban people, because the problem is that all these new reggaeton artists that are coming out now, I don't know if you guys know that Tekashi 6ix9ine united with this guy named Leniel that sings like romantic songs.
He's
And
Cuban. I like him.
Leniel, he's Cuban, but he's a piece of shit.
Really?
Yes, he is the biggest traitor.
Artist. I support all my Latinos.
I know. I support them too. Everybody else, but I don't support the ones that go back and work for the dictatorship of Cuba, because these guys are that new generation. They don't believe in honor, respect, or anything like that. They come over here and then the dictatorship pays them to go to their private island in Playa.
I have to push back on that a little bit, because you have to remember that Cuba no fue comunista. Cuba no fue socialista. Cuba siempre ha sido lo que ha sido el que lo ha soportado, lo que lo ha apoyado. So when China backed Cuba, they were socialist. When Russia backed Cuba, they were communist. What Cuba was, the Fidel's Cuba, was opportunistic.
But it was communist though.
It was not always communist. There was a period
After
of Cuba that was socialist. So they always adapted themselves to the country or the nation that was supporting them. Que sea Rusia, que sea China, que sea Venezuela. They always adapted their political views based on the country that was supporting them financially.
But they made Venezuela what it is today.
They made
because there's a
Venezuela,
bigger
but then
declination.
Venezuela sort of made Cuba.
Wait. Can
No,
you
no,
guys,
no, no.
Miriam and Figaro? I'm confused.
Yeah.
I'm learning. What does Venezuela have to do with Cuba?
All right, look. When
All I know
Chavez
is
was,
that
Chavez
Sean
was in-
Penn was in both countries.
Wait.
He's dark.
Let me
Okay,
explain my version so
Alyssa,
you can
I
understand.
just want to know, Alyssa, what does Venezuelans have to do with Cuba? I'm learning. I want
I could
to
explain it.
myself. I want to learn.
I'd rather the Cubans mention this, but I was just saying that Sean Penn has been in the same countries. He was hugging with Hugo Chavez in Venezuela. He actually hugged with Fidel Castro. And
Sean
he's
Penn, the
also been in
actor?
Zelensky, with Zelensky.
Yeah,
So
they're
all of this
leftist
needs to be
socialists.
discussed, but I'll
Yeah,
let the
they're-
Cubans take it.
Thank you. Well, look, I'm gonna explain my version. Maybe
Okay,
maybe
let's
I'm, you know, a
listen
different
to
generation.
Figaro. Vamos a escuchar a Figaro. ¿Qué es lo que dice el Figaro?
Look,
Háblame.
Venezuela, Chavez was Fidel Castro's godson. He would consider him
Wait. Fidel Castro's godson was Venezuelan?
Yes, Hugo Chavez. He called him that. You know, they met, they became real good friends, and Fidel Castro was going to teach him how to run his country the way that he was running Cuba. There was a class that they would go to Cuba and take like I don't know what it's called, but it's like in the university, it's like classes that they take on how to run the socialist system the same way that Castro's running it, but in Venezuela. So Chavez used to go over there, Maduro used to go over there and take classes. Also, the guy from Nicaragua, Ortega, used to go over there, and they all used to take classes there. Yes, these guys are all dictators of their own countries. But Castro used to train them. He trained Hugo Chavez. And once he trained Hugo Chavez, it turned Venezuela into what Cuba is now. And Venezuela was giving them oil. They were doing business. You know what I mean? They were doing business together, but he taught him how to run Venezuela the way Cuba was being run. And that's what's happening in Latin America.
So Figaro, you're telling me that Fidel is the one who taught like the Venezuelan president how to run his country?
And Ortega too. Ortega from Nicaragua. Also, the one from Chile that got killed back in the day. And also the one that's in Colombia right now. His name is Petro. Yeah. There's a bunch of countries.
Yes.
Yeah.
But can I say something? Because I know, and I'm not trying to minimize the situation in Cuba, but I got to give Cubans respect where respect is due. Because a lot of Cubans, they came from that situation, but they come they come to the United States and they make a better life for themselves. Cubans don't play victims, and I got to give you guys credit where credit's due.
Thank you. It's just, you know what's happening with the Cubans now? The Cubans that are
can I say something? Figaro, can I say something? Did you know that Cuba has the most doctors per capita in the country around the world? But you know what's sad? Remember when COVID happened and they were sending all the Cuban doctors to Italy? I heard that they control their passports so they can't escape. And all the work that they did in Italy to save the Italians from COVID, the Cuban government kept the money. Is that true?
What?
Yep. They're slaves. They do that in all the countries.
They're slaves. Yeah, Ephraim. I heard that. Okay, Ephraim. I read and I heard and I saw videos. Cuba has the most doctors per capita in the country in the world. And when they went to Italy to help the COVID patients, they take their passports away. So if the Cuban doctors want to stay in Italy, they cannot stay in Italy. Like they all the money whatever money they make in other countries being doctors, it goes back to the Cuban government. So it's like they're doctors, but they're getting paid minimum wage. Is that true?
I have to say this. That's been happening for decades. Because if you were a professional, if you were a doctor, if you were a lawyer, if you were even a teacher, for decades, you were not allowed to leave the country freely. So if you received a certificate or a license in
I want to cry because that's messed up.
If you received a license in any profession of that sort, you couldn't leave Cuba. You couldn't emigrate. So I have family in Cuba that purposely failed their final exam.
What do you mean?
They hold you 5 years. They hold you 5 years. They don't let you escape. They don't let you escape.
Figaro, can I, Figaro, Miriam, so did you see all those doctors that went to Italy during COVID? It was white, black, they were all colors. And I said, when they go to Italy, they can be free and escape. And somebody said, no.
They can't.
They control their passports. Yep. And if you stay, you will be fined or something. You go to jail. Is that true?
They arrest you,
but your
and
family.
they mess with your family. Exactly.
They
your
mess
family
with your
left back home. They could arrest your family, so you're gonna have to come back.
So they will arrest your family in Cuba if I was a Cuban doctor and I went to Italy to help COVID, I will go to jail if I decided to stay in Italy.
Yep. Look, down there's another Cuban girl that knows a lot too. Her name is Viviana Alvaro. She's the one that's commenting. You see, every time we're talking, she's putting yes.
Can she come up?
Yes, she comes up on my live sometimes.
Vivian, come up.
She knows a lot too. Listen, I'm gonna say something before I leave.
Mi prima estaba estudiando para ser médica. Iba a ser doctora. And on her final exam, she failed it on purpose and became a veterinary.
Vivian, welcome. Vivian, ¿tú eres cubana?
Sí, ¿cómo está todo?
Vivian, mucho gusto a mi live. No estamos aquí peleando, estamos aquí aprendiendo. Los mexicanos, Jamaicans, Mexicans, Cubans, Dominicans. We're learning about each other. Y estamos aprendiendo. ¿Qué tú quieres decir de la situación? ¿Tú eres cubana?
Sí, soy cubana.
Ok, Vivian, habla de la situación. Vamos a hablar. Porque a mí me encantan los cubanos.
Right. No, I just find this, I think because I follow Figaro, I follow him. That's why I think I found it live. That's why. So finally, you know, I'm glad that I found something positive in TikTok because recently it's, you know, it's una guerra, like Latinos, they're in guerra, like what's going on instead of being united and, you know, it's just like, all hates from country to countries, and it's just crazy. And it's just sad to see that we all came for a reason to you know, to do better for our family, and then we are destroying our Latino, you know, in this country, we're, you know, we're destroying our own communities. We're destroying our own, you know, even we have kids, and it's just sad to see that, you know, kids need to be like, see that our own people. It's like, you know, we're parents. There's some people like we're being racist. We're teaching our kids to do that, you know, to not love the neighbor, not love the other from another country, no matter what color. We're you know, us as a community, we're leaving that for our kids. We're leaving hate, and I don't think that's okay, you know. So I'm glad to find this live. And then, so like you guys were talking about Cuba, I was born over there, and I came here when I was 10 years old with my parents, and my dad came. Now I have to speak a little bit in Spanish because that's the only way I can, like, you know, say the whole story. Like, you know,
everybody here speaks Spanish, right? You guys all speak Spanish?
And then, bueno, I can mix it up. Pero like mi papá salió en 93 con los balseros. Mi papá trató de salir pero lo cogieron, o sea, lo agarraron en la Guantánamo, lo agarraron y entonces.
Hold on, Vivian. Efren, Giovanni, Johnny, Alyssa, do you understand her Spanish? I understand her. Do you guys understand her?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are cool?
I understand her.
Okay, keep talking, Vivian.
Sí,
Viviana.
yeah, and then, sí, so mi papá en el 93 trató de salir de Cuba, se tuvo que regresar porque se estaba hundiendo el barco, entonces lo agarraron en Guantánamo, ahí lo tuvieron y ahí, pues estuvo para atrás con nosotros en el país, pero desde 93 hasta el 2021 that we will be able to come over here. Lo persiguieron, no lo dejaron vivir porque ya como trató de salir de Cuba, ya era como he was like a traitor to the country because he was trying to leave.
Exactly.
Yeah,
he was considered like a traitor. So they persecute him.
Once they know that you try to do something like that, you will never have peace. They will be following you wherever you go, and that's what happened when when my dad until we came the 2001. We came here because of my grandparents. You know, they were doing the ¿cómo se dice? Doing los
preso político.
Los presos políticos, exacto.
Yes, they were political prisoners and they gave them asylum.
Mis abuelos vinieron primero por, ¿cómo se dice? Sorteo. Sorteo.
The lottery.
Lottery, yes. And then, pero mi papá sí vino por refugiado político porque lo estaban persiguiendo mucho, no lo dejaban hacer nada. So, I'm saying, like, you know, it's sad. And I mean, it's been like almost 15 years that I don't go back. And,
they don't let you go back, Viviana?
The thing I love. I love it. I love it.
Era diferente.
I
Era
wanted.
diferente en los 80. Tú no podías regresar a
But
Cuba
now,
porque,
okay, so now you can go
porque el
back
gobierno
and be
cubano
okay.
te
Like,
consideraba cubana. No
Traitor.
importaba si tú tenías residencia
Sí.
o ciudadanía en el Estados Unidos. Si tú regresabas a Cuba, tú eras cubana. Y te podían poner en prisión.
El castigo,
Ahora es
sí.
diferente,
Exacto.
el castigo, ajá. Ahora es
so en este
diferente.
momento
Si
puedes
tú eres
regresar sin
ciudadana
problema.
americana o
No.
residente,
No,
el gobierno cubano yo no creo que te puede hacer eso.
mira, mira.
Viviana,
Pretendido que
Miriam, El Fígaro. Yo
Okay.
tengo amistades dominicanos or que se han mudado a Cuba, and they say that the racism in Cuba no existe, que los cubanos, they all get along. Do you think it's when they come to the States is when they're divided? Because he
No,
says those,
no. Let me
Well,
explain to you what happens with the new generation. The new generation,
because
this is like a
can I
warfare.
say something? He said in Cuba, los africanos, cubanos, and los blancos, they all get along, everybody's fine. But in the
Everybody's
States is where they're divided. Is that true?
No, but they're divided. This is what I'm trying to explain. The new generation has been indoctrinated since they were born. All this new generation that's coming, they've been so indoctrinated that when they come over here, they have been fed, oh, the Yankees, el enemigo, the Americans are the enemies. And a lot of them that come, they come over here to take advantage of everything America gives you, like food stamps, benefits, get their political asylum, get their residency a year and a day later, and then they go right back to Cuba. You know what I'm saying? And that's what divides us from the real ones that are refugees from back in the day that were against that. Because that's like, damn, you're coming over here as a political refugee and you're going dictators and all the communists. You know what I mean?
Alguien me reportó mi live. That's why it went
Eso-
blank. Somebody reported my live.
Los comunistas ahí abajo, because I'm explaining that
crazy.
situation
So,
and they don't want me to inform you
Fígaro,
guys.
when you started talking, they banned my live. And
Because they
so,
don't want me to inform
Wow.
you. They don't want me
Yeah,
to
yeah,
inform
I'm
you.
not
that's
because of
why.
the communists.
That's why my live went blank.
No, I'm
There's
not
a bunch of
surprised. I'm
them.
not surprised.
You
Yeah,
see? You see what I'm
crazy.
talking about? That's
Yeah,
why we're
everywhere.
divided.
This is everywhere. Not
you know
only
what?
here. This is everywhere. Not
Yes,
only
that's
here.
exactly why us Cubans fight
And
amongst
this is
each
just
other
for
here.
educational purpose only. You know what I mean?
No, and I'm trying to
Crazy.
educate you guys of the reality because a lot of people don't know about how that works. And that's indoctrination. They're sending the new generation Cubans over here and they're fighting with the old school ones that had respect for themselves, like Celia Cruz. That's why Celia Cruz is so respected in the American and the Latino
So,
community
so
because
it's not
she's so
everybody here too.
Yo
No,
estoy
but
Juma.
so
Can I say something? Yo estoy Juma. Yo soy Dominicana, right? So I'm full-blooded Dominican. I'm 100% beef Dominican. When my mom married my dad, she came to the States, and los Cubanos, los Puerto Ricans, they helped my mom. And I don't know why on social media they want to create a divisiveness between us. Because la primera cubana que yo conocí se llamaba Elsa, and my mom was a single mom. We were poor. We would eat peanut butter jelly sandwiches for months. And this Cuban lady, this white Cuban lady, would have my mom come over. She would cook the bomb-ass Cuban food. She would have us over. So I don't know why, like on social media, they're trying to cause this division. Dominicans hate Cubans. Cubans hate Puerto Rico. It's not like that in real life. In real life, can I say something? In real life, in the States, we help each other. I don't know why they're promoting this shit on TikTok.
I think it's just all like.
Can I respond to that?
Yes, can you respond? Yes.
I'm going to leave.
So-
I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. It was a pleasure
No,
being here.
Fígaro, no te vayas.
Yeah, I got to go. The babies, I got to put them to sleep.
Okay, Fígaro, thank
Pero
you. Thank you for
gracias.
joining the
Bendiciones
live.
a todos. I'll follow all you guys. Thank you.
Everybody, Fígaro. Okay, I want to say this.
following you too.
Oh, okay, Miriam, can I say something? Miriam, I'm going to say something. Okay, porque yo te Juma, I'm going to say something. Okay. When we first moved to California, right? There's not a lot of Dominicans out here, but there was more Cubans and more Puerto Ricans. My mom was a single mom struggling with the language barrier. A Cuban lady named, I forget Elsa, I forget her name. My mom was struggling, right? Trying to get a job. This Cuban lady would have my mom and I and my brother She would feed us every weekend. She would cook for us. The Puerto Ricans took us in. The Mexicans were friendly to us, to the Dominicans. I don't know why on social media they make it seem like we all freaking hate each other. In real life, there's races. Yeah, I've experienced racist Dominicans, Cubans, Mexicans, but in real life, when the shit hits the fan, the Cubans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Mexicans, we help each other. Eso es lo que yo no entiendo. Like, well, how come they don't promote the positivity? How come they promote always the negativity? Oh, Dominicans are racist. Dominicans are racist. Like, what the fuck? Like, I have African blood. Like, how am I racist if it's in my blood? That doesn't make sense.
I want to talk about this a little bit because I think that it's definitely nuanced, and you need to be patient with me on this.
Yeah.
So my parents are older. I'm older, and they came from a different generation. Also, my parents are palm color. So they were
but Miriam, it was the palm colored Cuban that helped my mom.
Right, but wait, this is very nuanced because as much as Cubans are not racist, they are.
Okay, so they're not racist to other ethnicities.
You be patient with me. Patria sobre raza. So it doesn't matter what color you are. If you are a Cuban, tú eres un compatria, right? Pero, I have to remind you that Cuba was the last island that held slaves. Okay? So, and I was raised, and I'm not saying it's right, but I was raised to believe that there is a pecking order even within the Hispanic community. So as much as you loved, as a white Cuban, you loved your black Cuban compatria, if you were a dark Mexican, they weren't on the same level. And I'll tell you this, it wasn't so much race, it was more politics. Because in the community that I grew up in, it was because Cubans were political exiles, but if you were a dark Mexican, you were an economic exile. So you didn't have the same status because you were coming to this country because of economy, not because of politics.
Yes. And that is coming back.
Miriam, what I'm trying to tell you, you're talking about the palm-colored Cubans. It was the palm-colored Cubans that helped my biracial mom, who's half white, half black, right? Because Dominicans are mixed, who took my mom in. So I'm not saying, okay, so yeah, there's some racist Cubans, but the Cubans, the Mexicans, and Puerto Ricans helped my mom. I saw it with my own eyes.
I'm not denying that, and I'm not saying that their intentions weren't authentic.
It was authentic.
That's what I'm saying. Is I'm not saying that they wasn't authentic. I'm just saying that there is a certain sort of elitism in that we are these Cubans that are here for political asylum, and we must help other Hispanics because they're Hispanics and they are part of our family, but we are Hispanics and we must help other unfortunate. It's a weird dynamic.
So Mary, you're telling me that a Cuban would gladly help more a darker Latino than they would their own?
It has nothing to do with race so much as it does with status in the political stratosphere.
The status, and it's coming back right now. You can see it more in the and now I can see it more, than before. It's crazy, the status, exactly like that. Mm-hmm.
So let me give you an example of what's going on in current day. How many of the Americans are, and I'm not even talking about Republican versus Democrat, but how many Americans are more than happy to support Ukrainian immigrants than they are to support people that are coming from Afghanistan or the Arab nations.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? Because it has to do with status and elitism.
Right.
Less so, there is racism involved, but if my status as a white European trumps your status as a white Muslim or as a dark Asian or whatever, so it's not just racism. There is, if you put racism and politics together and blend them, where does that put you in the hierarchy?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So my parents are my parents are white. My parents are Cuban. So there's a difference to if they were talking to a Cuban that was black, or they were talking to a white Mexican, or they were talking to a mulatto Puerto Riqueño, because of the status of where that person comes from and why they came to this country. You know, because there's a presumption that the Cubans that left, regardless of whether you're white or black, the Cubans that came to the United States in the 70s and 80s because of politics, they came with a certain status. They were a doctor, they were a teacher, they were a professor or whatever, versus a white Mexican that might be coming because the presumption that Mexicans are coming because of economics, not politics.
Yeah.
So you can't just divide and say, well, you're white and you're a white Hispanic versus you're a black Hispanic, or you're a political refugee versus you're an economic refugee. You have to combine them both. Are you a white doctor or a black doctor from a Hispanic nation? And where is that Hispanic nation? Is it Mexico, where they're having economic issues? Sort of, kind of, but not really.
Right.
Or is it like Venezuela y Cuba, where there's communism and socialism? So you have to, it's nuanced. You have to take all of these aspects into consideration to understand how we are eating at each other's throats sometimes.
And I can, Miriam, I'm learning a lot from you, Miriam. Ya te
And
quiero
I'm learning
mucho.
from her too. Yeah, and she's right. Everything and I'm with her too in what she's saying about. It's about like the status and how you come in this country. And I can tell you a little of an example, like in this like TikTok, like a lot of people communities do live, and even from other countries, like from Mexico, from other country. So I went because since I came here from Cuba when I was a little girl. The first friend that I have, it was Mexican. I can tell you that. And then in school, and then they teach me how to eat their food, and I will go to their mother house, and I can tell you, I never felt like because I was Cuban, and all that. No, but and it was. I think I see the hate more now because of us. Everything is, what's going on in this country and how people are coming in.
I think it's those Estados Unidos that's causing the division. I'm sorry.
Let me tell you an example.
Because can I say something? Let me call myself up because I want to look at myself because I think I look cute with this filter.
Let me have a chance.
Joking.
I was gonna give an example.
All right, listen.
Okay.
I'm in the off for 3 months.
Oh, Johnny, welcome to Johnny. Johnny es dominicano. Johnny habla, amiguito. Yo te quiero mucho. Come on the live. ¿Qué tú quieres decir, amiguito?
Yo estoy en el país, en República Dominicana, por 3 meses. Y eso de que de negro, blanco, de negro y blanco, aquí no se ve eso, porque yo estoy en todos lados y aquí estamos todos mix. Y nadie está con nada de eso. Pero en las redes sociales es que él pone que dominicano que dominicano aquello, pero yo no entiendo porque tú vas a un restaurante.
Yeah, that's it is.
Tú vas a un restaurante Hay
Let me.
negro, hay blanco, hay rubio, hay todos colores.
Es que
Tú
yo-
vas a una discoteca por igual, en todos lados. Pero en la social media ponen a uno como que uno es un monstruo en República
Yeah,
Dominicana.
exactly. Let me tell you before. I want to say
Otra
something
cosa es,
fast. Mira, déjame decir algo, un ejemplo que yo vi en las redes así, exactamente, solamente un minuto. Yes, exactly. Because I'm Cuban. I've been seeing all the Mexicans are. I'm not gonna say. They're like saying a lot of the Cuban this, Cuban that, and it's because of the hate is coming. I don't know, of nowhere is coming. And let me tell coming you, from the States, from the States.
Let me tell you one example. The other day, so I was seeing so much hate because of the Cubans and Mexican and la 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 la. So the other day, I went in a live just to test this. I went in live from this guy from he's in Mexico. He lives in Mexico, not here. And I went into his live and I asked a question: do you guys hate Cubans? And he's like, Cubanos? No, we love Cubanos. And I'm like, so it is here. The hate it's growing in this country from Latinos. It's not growing from other countries. It's growing in here because seriously,
el país más racista, mira, el país más racista se llama Estados Unidos. Estados Unidos es que divide a uno, porque cuando tú vas a la escuela en Estados Unidos, hay unos chinos a un lado, dominicanos en otro, los hispanos a un lado, los morenos en otro lado, los judíos en otro lado. El único país que divide a todo el mundo se llama Estados Unidos, después ningún otro país. Porque aquí tú vas y aquí nadie está dividido.
Pero también en sí, ay mamá, me están callando. Pero también en sí, nosotros mismos latinos nos estamos dejando que, o sea lo que sea, nos estén desuniendo, estamos todavía, odiándonos y estamos diciéndonos y criticando el país, criticando el otro. O sea, we as a Latino, we're letting them to do that to us. So,
yo quiero decir algo que yo te dijo más. I had two little things of wine. Yo soy dominicana, right? Yo estoy en el West Coast. Yo vine to California cuando yo tenía 8 años. Mi tío es dominicano. Cuando we came, él está casado con una mexicana, right? And my tío, Dominican, he loved to throw parties. Mi tío, because I don't know what it is about Caribbean people, we find each other in California. Él invitaba a los cubanos, panameños, Colombians, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans. Mi tío, married to a Mexican, my tío Dominican, married to, I have cousins that are half Mexicans. He would throw these parties and you would see the blackest Cuban, the whitest Puerto Rican, the darkest, nobody, we were all partying, dancing, salsa, merengue. We were all freaking partying. Nobody was talking about, oh, tú eres negra, tú eres blanco. This shit started on TikTok because in California, it was not like that. It was
It didn't
not
start
like
on
that.
TikTok. It didn't start on TikTok. It just got public on TikTok.
No, what I'm saying is racism exists. But in the real world, Caribbean people, los Mexicanos, we get along. But on TikTok, oh, Dominicans are racist. They don't like black. That's freaking bullshit. Mira, Frankie, okay, can I tell you guys something? This is a true story. We did not label people by their color. It was Frankie Cubano, Maria la Puertorriqueña, Jose el Mexicano. That's how we label people, was by their country. It was never by their color. Oh, yo voy a tener una fiesta. Who you inviting? Oh, yo invité Jose el Mexicano, Maria la Cubana. It was never about color. Never. You could, in my uncle's parties, you could see the darkest black Cuban to the lightest Latino, and we were all partying. That's how I was raised. So when it came to social media, and it's like, oh, Dominicans are racist, and the Mexicans are racist, and the Cubans, like that I don't understand that because I'm from California. In California, we appreciate each other because In California, there's not a lot of Puerto Ricans, a lot of Cubans, there's more Mexicans, yeah, pero
I live in Florida, so.
Listen,
huh?
I live
I don't
in
know. I
Miami.
think that
I'm from
racism
Florida. I live
shit
in
is
Florida.
more of an East Coast thing. I don't think it's in the West Coast, los Mexicanos. Look, there's this lady that comes to the hood every day or whenever I'm off. She comes to the ice cream truck. The ice cream truck. She sells the elote, whatever the hell this Mexican lady loves me because she knows she's gonna make money from me because I buy elote ice creams. I buy she makes a living off of me. I don't care if she's
Mira,
Mexican. That shit,
Es
I'm not
como,
racist like that.
mira, es
I
como,
love
Viana,
mira,
elote.
I have a
I
question
want
for
to
Viana.
right now.
okay,
yeah. Mira,
Yo
te
tengo
iba a
una pregunta
decir
para
algo.
Viana.
Sí, dime.
let
So,
me educate
Viana,
you.
Viana, tú eres de la Florida. ¿Qué parte de la Florida?
Sarasota.
Sarasota,
Yo
ok.
soy
So,
de
tú
West
eres una
Palm
Es
Beach.
como
cubana.
cerca de Tampa, por ahí.
Yo soy de
Ok,
West
so
Palm Beach.
Miriam,
tú
you're
eres.
Cuban and I love you. Yo te
Wait,
juro.
hold on. Viana, I want to point this out because this is important. Viana es una cubana de la Florida. Yo soy una cubana de New Jersey. Predominantemente los cubanos en la Florida son republicanos. Predominantemente los cubanos en New Jersey son demócratas. So, ahí mismo es evidencia que la división, la división, espera, la división entre los cubanos mismos en el Estados Unidos está dividido. ¿Por qué? Porque we found our communities that we choose to be a part of. So the Republican-leaning Cubans have decided to stay within Florida.
Por lo que está pasando en este país. Pero yo antes era conservadora porque era más joven. I was younger. I was not like in the government. I didn't know that because como yo pensaba que este país yo llegué a un país libre, ¿no? Entonces, como este país siempre ha sido libre, ha tenido su ley y todo, tiene todos partidos, y yo, o sea, yo estudié en la escuela y todo, porque vine a los 10 años. Entonces, yo no, como I was younger, so I was not worried about who was the president and who the government y todo eso. Entonces, ya de unos años para acá, yo tengo mi niña, I'm a mom now. So I think when you have kids and I think you see life different that you want the best for them. So yo como que estaba viendo la mala noticia, o sea, maybe because I'm getting older. Tengo 33 años, pero
You're a baby.
You're a baby.
But
I wish I had that age.
but now I'm
You are a baby.
yeah.
I wish I had that
I'm
age.
pregnant. El problema es que yo, o sea, yo tenía algo como I was like ¿cómo se dice? Conservadora. I was Christian, conservative. Y entonces, and I have my beliefs, and I have but it's good because that's why I'm in this country, because I can think different. I'm not hurting anybody. Those things like that. And what I don't like at this moment is that, my goodness, Democrat or Republicano, right or wrong, I'm not gonna say, I don't want to mess this up because I'm with some, I can say now that I kind of Republican because it's my beliefs that I believe I want something different for this country, and everywhere you want. Anybody, Republican, Democrat, if you want something good for the country, it's okay to have different opinion. If you want good for your family and for the country, but if you want bad, and if you don't care about kids, if you don't care about your children, it's something different to think about. I went to a live and somebody told me, oh, be careful because someone is Democrat or whatever. I'm like, it's okay because this country always had two parties. If these two parties are different now, it's another story. If they're messed up, it's another story. If they're playing dirty to each other, it's another story. But my belief is that I'm a mom and I want the best education for my children. I believe in God. I don't want to put this in anybody, but I believe in God. He's my creator, and He gave me, he gave me freedom to love and and have a good good for my child, and I'm gonna perceive, voy a seguir por eso. If this country keeps doing what it's doing, I'm out of here. And the reason why, because of my kid. And then the thing is, like, I hope this country doesn't destroy himself, because yo estoy pensando que this country is destroying, himself, is coming, and it's sad for me, because I came here, and I was 10 years old. It was difficult for me to like start a new thing and all that. I mean, I was small, but I got used to it and everything. And I love it. And I love the education. I love everything. Everything was so organized, and wow. But I'm seeing now it's so different. And now, and then plus the Latinos now are like dividing themselves. Exactly what media was saying, the status. Because now I'm seeing that because I'm Cuban, now a Mexican comes to me like, oh, porque a ti te dan papeles y porque te la dan más fácil. But I'm not immigration. I'm just a Cuban, and I grew up in America. I'm not immigration to fix your life. So it's, and
can I say something, Vivian? Mira, look at, mira, Johnny with the yellow shirt. He's handsome Dominicano. He's Dominican. I'm Dominican. You're Cuban. Miriam is Cuban. Efrain Mexicano. Fidel is Salvadoreño, Mexicano, and Mexican. Giovanni is Jamaican, and Alessa Mexicana. This is the point I'm trying to make. We all get along here, right? But I think that I don't know who's creating this divide. They are trying to divide us on purpose. This is not a coincidence.
Completely.
How come we're all getting along here?
I can prove it. I can prove it.
If anybody of you guys have nappy hair, I have kinky hair.
I can prove how the conservatives are doing this.
Vamos a entrar en política porque vamos a dañar.
Okay, mira, estoy de acuerdo, Johnny, estoy de acuerdo contigo, Johnny, y esto, mira, tenemos que hacer esto regla, mira, si queremos unidad entre los latinos, tenemos que entrar, no le hace si eres demócrata o republicano, pero tenemos que dejar las políticas afuera en la puerta y nada más venir aquí como latinos.
Mira.
Okay. Así que chinguen su madre los demócratas ahorita y que chinguen su madre los republicanos. Aquí somos latinos ahorita, compadre, ¿sí o no?
Yo lo que
¿Qué
quería
pedo,
hablar,
loco?
pero escúchame, yo lo que quería hablar, porque como hay muchos hispanos aquí de diferentes países, un ejemplo, yo vivo en la Florida, yo vivo en West Palm, y cuando ando al área de Miami me pregunta, ¿dónde tú eres? Dominicano. Digo, sí. ¿Y por qué? Me dice, no, pues yo pensé que en República Dominicana todos eran prietos, todos eran morenos. Y yo no sé cómo que pasa con el hispano, que no leen la historia de los países como de Cuba, de Puerto Rico, de México, de Ecuador, Honduras, Colombia. Todos esos países tienen historia. Entonces como que yo digo, sí, soy dominicano, no me lo quieren creer y que porque mi estilo mi físico, porque es claro que República Dominicana estamos divididos con tres razas, que es taíno, que son los primeros, españoles y los africanos. So, tenemos un mix de tres diferentes razas. Pero a los hispanos que están ahí, yo vivo en República Dominicana, no estoy viviendo, perdón, tengo 3 meses aquí en Santiago. Lo que se ve en las redes no es lo que tú ves aquí cuando tú estás aquí personal.
Eso es lo que digo yo.
Es lo mismo que lo que se ve en Cuba, o lo que se ve en México, o lo que se ve en Salvador, o lo que se ve. Es totalmente
Pero Johnny, tú tienes que admitir que tú eres dominicana, yo soy dominicana. Cuando ponen videos ahora de la República Dominicana, se mira como que es Uganda, Kenia. We don't do, okay, so when you look at Johnny and you look at me, this is what Dominicans look like. But when you go to social media, it's all Haitians. And the Haitians speak Spanish, so they're telling people that look, I'm not racist. Look, I'm not racist. Hold on. I'm not racist against I'm not racist against black people. Yo estoy orgullosa that I have African blood. What I'm against is that they're taking over our country. And the people that are taking over our country happen to be black. But because we are fighting against them, because Dominicans are mixed, when we fight and say no, don't take over our schools, don't take over our hospitals, then they say, oh, I feel que tú eres racista. That's
¿Sabe
the
cuántas? You know how many women? ¿Cuántas mujeres dan a luz aquí?
Do you know in one city alone in Bani, in 1 weekend, 80 babies of Haitian women. So Dominicans like Johnny and I, we're becoming the minority, and it's not about race, it's our freaking country is being invaded. And then when we complain, oh, it's because you're racist, you don't like black people. I don't give a fuck about the shit. It's you're taking over our country. Don't judge us because we want to fight for our country. That's what I don't like. I don't care if you're Chinese. I don't care if you're Ukrainian. You're not going to take over my country. And so when Haitians do it, right? Oh, you guys don't like the Haitians because you're racist.
No, we have almost 4 million Haitians on the like, you know, no papers or nothing like that. So I get pulled over for the cops here. They ask you
In
for
Mexico,
a cédula.
they're actually
You have a cédula. If you don't have cédula here in DR, it's like the license. If you don't have that, you go to jail here. So they pull over a Haitian guy,
right?
they let it go.
Okay, let me tell you, if I'm a Haitian woman and I've got 10 different baby daddies, I can go to a hospital and deliver a baby for free. But if I'm Dominican, I have to pay $10,000. Why do I have to pay $10,000 to deliver a baby in my own freaking country, but when a stranger can have a baby for free? But if we complain, oh, it's because you're racist.
Wait, that sounds like they want to
Did I send you that video, Daisy?
Which one? I want to freaking fight tonight.
We don't need more fight. We need to be united because
because they're taking over our country. They're taking over our country, and they're labeling us racist because how would you feel? Okay, in Mexico right now, you know what happened in Chiapas? That's where my sister's from. There was a freaking motherfucking stampede in Chiapas. Los Haitianos had a stampede.
On trying to intimidate children. Getting out of parks. They don't want children to be in the parks. So
Alyssa, can you back me up on this? Am I lying, Alyssa? It's not about color because you know you and I we love these Africans.
All right, order.
I want to hear you, Alicia. I want to hear what you're saying.
Wait, before I want to
in
close out this
Mexico,
meeting,
they
I'm
were
gonna be getting off,
loved. The
but-
Haitians were loved. And I had this conversation with Fidel because I even said, I'm like, it's kind of funny because they always treated our indigenous ancestors like shit, but they keep bringing in these Haitians and they treat them so good. They even started to cook their fucking food. And
it's delicious. It's one of my favorites. Yes.
They are treating them so good. They're starting to call us racist. They're calling Mexicans racist. And we have
when you go to Tijuana, it's full of Haitianos. And then you see the Mexicans cocinándole a los Haitianos, but they don't do that shit for the native Mexicans.
They're not.
Why are you not taking care of your own people and you're taking care of strangers?
Mira, Alicia, yo soy cubana y yo a veces tengo paquetes de tortillas en mi refrigerador. Imagínate.
Es lo que estoy diciendo también. Yeah.
That's exactly. So it's actually, for me, I don't care what the color. No, I don't care. You know, as long as we get along and you respect me because I'm Cuban and I'm gonna respect you as a Mexican, we have to get along. That's it.
I fucking love Cubans.
Hey, you guys, I think Ephraim wants to say something.
Okay, Viviana, let me say something, Viviana. Look, Viviana.
Efraín quiere decir algo.
Wait,
Efraín quiere decir algo.
Let me say something. Okay.